Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Baltimore RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news, all right. Ravens Nation, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could shake up the entire AFC North and perhaps redefine how we look at our running game, our offense, and our chances of making another serious Super Bowl push. Rumors are swirling around a potential blockbuster trade that could see the Jacksonville Jaguars send their star running back, Travis Etienne, to Baltimore. And if this actually happens, it's not just about adding a talented player. It's about a strategic move that could elevate our offense to new heights, especially considering how much we've been relying on our current running backs and how much they've been struggling with fatigue and injuries lately. Now, let's take a step back and look at the context. The Jacksonville Jaguars, sitting at 2-6, are in a tough spot. Their run game has been stagnating, averaging just 3.8 yards per carry. Not exactly the explosive unit they envisioned when they drafted Etienne, a former Clemson star who's shown flashes of brilliance but has yet to truly hit his peak. The Jags are eyeing the upcoming NFL trade deadline, which is set for November 4th, and rumors suggest they're considering trading Etienne for draft picks. Specifically, a third-round pick in 2026 and a sixth-round pick in 2027, mainly to free up some cap space, roughly $14 million, to rebuild their defensive line and address other roster needs. It's a classic case of a rebuilding team trying to reset and refocus on the future, and trading away a talented but somewhat inconsistent back like Etienne might be the way they see to do it. On the other side, the Ravens are sitting pretty at 5-3, but they've been feeling the strain of a battered and fatigued backfield. Derrick Henry, who has been a workhorse for us, is still producing solid numbers with 4.2 yards per carry, but the wear and tear are evident. Injuries and fatigue are starting to take their toll, especially as the season hits its midpoint. That's where the whispers about Etienne really gain traction. His profile is exactly what Baltimore needs right now, a versatile, explosive back who could fit seamlessly into our physical, run-first scheme. Let's talk about Etienne's profile. He's 26 years old, coming from Clemson, and his career has been marked by a combination of power, speed, and vision. He's accumulated close to 800 rushing yards with 28 touchdowns and boasts a PFF grade averaging around 79.8, which is solid for a running back in the league today. What makes him stand out is his elite vision. He averages about 3-4 yards after contact per carry, and his ability to receive out of the backfield, with over 200 yards in his career. In 2025, up to November 4th, he's already amassed 132 carries for 612 yards, averaging 4.6 yards per carry, with 4 rushing touchdowns and 162 receiving yards. His EPA per run is plus 0.21, and his yards after contact are among the top 12 among RBs in the league. PFF gives him a score of 78.5 this season, reflecting his overall impact. Now, injuries have occasionally hampered him. He suffered a shoulder injury in Week 5 but managed to come back strong, rushing for 98 yards and a touchdown against the Colts in Week 9. He's a player who, much like Alvin Kamara did with the Saints in recent seasons, can be a game-changer, bursting through defenses, creating mismatches, and elevating the entire offense's speed and unpredictability. His ability to catch passes, combined with his running ability, makes him a dual threat and a perfect fit for a team looking to diversify its offensive attack. So, why would the Jaguars consider trading Etienne? Well, they're looking at their cap situation, about $9 million available, and realize they need to make some strategic moves. Their offensive line has been giving up too many sacks, around 4.3 per game, and they're skeptical about extending Etienne long-term, especially with an asking price around $16 million a year. Trading him now, they believe, could bring in draft capital to rebuild their line and defense, much like they did recently when they moved on from Leonard Fournette in 2023. It's a classic rebuild move: shed some cap, acquire draft picks, and focus on the future. But for us, the Baltimore Ravens, this is a golden opportunity. Bringing Etienne into our backfield could be transformative. Our coaching staff, especially offensive coordinator Todd Monken, would love to have a player who can complement Derrick Henry's power running with explosive bursts and agility. Imagine the possibilities. Etienne's burst, combined with Henry's strength, could create a dynamic duo that defenses struggle to contain. We're talking about a guy who could realistically rush for over 100 yards, score around 8 touchdowns, and boost our EPA per run from the current plus 0.16 to as high as plus 0.18 or more. That's a significant upgrade, especially considering how we've been averaging just over 22 points per game, a number that we're eager to improve to help us secure more wins and better positioning in the playoff hunt. Plus, Etienne's addition would help us reduce the workload on Henry, allowing him to stay fresher late in games and during the stretch run. He's a perfect complement. His vision and burst could turn third and long situations into manageable plays, especially in our passing game, where he can be used as a mismatch in the backfield or split out wide as a receiver. His yards after contact and yards per reception make him a real threat in third down situations, adding a layer of versatility that defenses have to respect. Looking at the bigger picture, this move could be a game changer for our Super Bowl aspirations. With Etienne in the fold, our offense would gain a new dimension, making us even more dangerous on the ground and through the air. Our offensive line, which has been giving up around 3-7 sacks per game, would also benefit from the added running threat, opening up more running lanes and helping to balance our attack. We'd see our yards per carry jump from 4.2 to perhaps 4.6, giving us more explosive plays and helping us control the clock better. The stats tell us that Etienne, compared to Henry, averages about plus 1 yards per carry when catching passes, with an EPA increase of approximately plus 0.3, and he could add around 120 yards from scrimmage each game, a massive boost to our offensive firepower. Now, let's talk about the playoff picture and Super Bowl odds. If we manage to acquire Etienne, the sportsbooks would likely see a shift in our Super Bowl chances. Currently, the Ravens are sitting at around plus 5.0 odds, but with Etienne's X factor, those could improve to plus 3,500 or better. Our chances of winning in the playoffs could increase by around 13%, especially if we face strong run defenses like the Chiefs, who allow just about 118 rushing yards per game, or the Bengals' Mixon, who averages 4-5 yards per carry. Etienne's explosiveness could be the difference maker in crucial playoff moments, breaking open games and helping us reach that elusive Lombardi trophy once again. In summary, this trade makes a lot of sense from a strategic standpoint. The Ravens' management and coaching staff are likely seeing the same opportunities we're talking about. An elite player who can elevate the entire offense, reduce fatigue on our current backs, and help us continue our winning ways. The Jaguars might be skeptical about extending Etienne long-term, but for Baltimore, he's a perfect fit, an electrifying, versatile back who can help us compete at the highest level. Imagine a backfield with Henry and Etienne, creating mismatches, stretching defenses, and powering us through the playoffs. It's a move that could solidify our ground game, open up more offensive options, and ultimately bring us closer to that Super Bowl we're all dreaming about. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think Etienne is the missing piece to push us over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Ravens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates and insights, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news. Let's keep the passion alive and continue believing in our team's greatness. We're on the rise, and with moves like this, the sky's the limit. Fly high, Ravens.